Most on-rail shooters are modeled after their arcade counterparts and deliver nothing but the bare minimum of story required, last no longer than necessary, and reward often mindless spray-and-pray tactics. Not so with Dead Space Extraction, which has been built from the ground up to offer a more strategic, story-oriented experience that leaves off right where its predecessor begins. Extraction pulls no punches and delivers an uncompromised horror experience, complete with the series' strategic dismemberment system, firmly cementing it as a meaningful entry into the Dead Space universe. When the miners on the remote planet Aegis 7 uncover and activate an alien artifact called the Marker, they unwittingly set into motion a chain of events that proves to be their end.
What the hell just happened? My ears are ringing.
A group of 4 unlikely allies band together in order to fight their way free from the planet and the horrific monsters known as necromorphs. After their escape to apparent freedom aboard the USG Ishimura mining ship, you roam its familiar, haunted corridors and unearth all manner of intriguing information about what happened there. The hideous necromorphs are ceaseless in their single-minded desire to consume and convert living flesh, and unlike traditional zombies, headshots don't always work too well. Instead, they have to be dismembered, and lucky for you, a mining colony and its mothership are chock full of tools just waiting to be misused for intentional industrial accidents. Most of the weapons from Dead Space make their return, and they're joined by several newcomers. Aiming is as simple as pointing your Wii remote at the screen, which displays a targeting reticle crammed full of information, such as your weapon's attack spray pattern, and how much ammo you've got left in your current clip. While this is all generally useful to know, the cursor unfortunately has the habit of concealing what you're trying to shoot at, particularly when aiming at specific limbs on enemies in the far distance. Beyond mere aiming, Extraction makes great use of the Wii's motion controls by utilizing them in ways that make sense and don't come off as gratuitous. The only remote waggling you perform is to brush off a necromorph currently in the act of eating your face, or to activate glow sticks in dark hallways. Extraction also includes some helpful secondary features straight from its precursor to make your life a bit easier. By using your built-in stasis module, you're able to temporarily freeze necromorphs and certain environmental obstacles in place to make delimbing easier to perform. Kinesis, on the other hand, lets you pick up items from a distance and toss them as weapons or add them to your inventory. One bit of weirdness about Kinesis is that you can use it almost whenever you want, which allows for some possibly awkward immersion-breaking cutscenes.
You sure this is the right hall? We only have one. I was here just yesterday. It was a full house.
You can find a variety of hidden text, audio, and video logs that help fill you in on the backstory. It's disappointing that some of these are recycled from Dead Space, but each helps shed light on the mystery of the Marker nonetheless. After each level, your progress is tallied up, and you're awarded things such as health upgrades and unlockable challenge levels. The most interesting bonus, however, is the series of fully voice-acted motion comics that tell an alternate storyline concurrent to your own and further fleshes out the events that unfold in the Aegis system. Extraction also features drop-in co-op play at any time, though this introduces its own issues. Each player has their own supply of ammunition, which encourages players to mash the Kinesis button over and over again to compete over drops. Also, with 2 cursors on screen and the potential for them to overlap, it's much more likely that you'll have trouble figuring out exactly what it is you're aiming at. Dead Space was one of the best-looking games of last year, and Extraction adheres to these high standards and follows suit. The necromorphs look and die as gruesomely as ever, and they attack en masse without any frame rate slowdown at all. Further enhancing the experience is a fantastic voice cast that really brings the story to life in both the game and motion comics.
Transferred 6 months ago. It's been a long time, Nate.
Though it suffers from its occasional misstep, Dead Space Extraction is a solid on-rails experience that brings all of the action and dismemberment of its predecessor to the Nintendo Wii intact.
Don't do this!
Fans of Dead Space will appreciate the copious amounts of series backstory presented, but even if you're not a marker head, this first-person portrayal of a descent into madness is enticing on its own. Whether you're a professional necromorph slayer or a rookie on his first tour of duty, Dead Space Extraction is one game that you shouldn't miss.